Yes, gadgets are now inevitably needed in your day-to-day life. Use any chance to grab some for yourself. For Western Uganda and beyond, the only trusted electronics shop is Edgar Communications.
Welcome to Edgar Communications Mbalala. So we sell phones, specifically Techno, Infinix, Itel, Nokia, Samsung. We have smartphones, we have also button phones. Then we sell TVs, Hisense, LG, Star X. Then we have Fufas, Alip, Jag, and others.
For these and more appliances and accessories, reach them at their shop located in Barara City opposite Shell and Kore, or call them now on 0701 467426 or 0785 356453. The only trusted ones. Eyit Sports. Eyit Sports.
It is a Tuesday, yet again the weather hasn't changed in the land of milk and honey. It's still cold as it was yesterday. Somehow you might think that this drags us to the Bible saying as it will be same way it has always been and it will be same way forever. So that's the best way I can describe the weather. So welcome to Eyit TV. We are glad you've made time to surf with us, know what's happened in the world of sports. Your show host one more time. My name is Elioda and Mesut. The show is called Sports Center. The hashtag on our various social media platforms on Twitter, Facebook, we use Eyit Sports. We are glad you are on. There is so much to cover today. In the world of sports, we have rugby sevens. That's the Uganda national rugby team. Their draws have been taken, and I'll be informing you who will feature who in the women's pool together at the same time with the men's pool. They've been drawn into Pool A with a couple of teams including Chile, and so much more will be breaking into that. Elsewhere, Stanbic Uganda Cup, finally, the quarter-final draws were held early morning today. We have latest of what transpired from there with a couple of fixtures including KCC Express Sports Club Vera, the winners between Bull and Chige's Homeboys. We will keep you informed on who will meet who and when. Crossing over to Uganda Premier League, action resumes today. We have Sorito Bright Stars hosting Barra City. We have action between UPDF and the struggling Maida FC. We have action around there. So much to cover today. We cross over to the international scene. So many key players have penned their contracts today. One of them being Edson Cavani, who's been on loan at Manchester United this time around, who had joined Manchester United in the previous transfer window. As we talk right about now, he has renewed his contract with one more year after coming out to put up some good performances of recent, securing vital wins for Manchester United, scoring brilliant goals, by the way. Him taking us back to his PSG old days. Crossing to PSG, call it Paris Saint-Germain at Lake the Princess. Neymar Jr. has finally today penned his contract as well. That will see him stay at PSG for the next 3 years, 4 years. Do some math in there. We are in 2021, so his contract that he has signed today will push him up to 2025. Else, we are talking about contracts. We have the Belgium international Kevin De Bruyne. He has also come out and penned his contract down ahead of the UCL finals that is yet to go down in Istanbul. He has been a key figure, putting up terrific performances that has helped Manchester City both in domestic leagues and European leagues, one of them being UCL, in that they are facing off with Chelsea in Istanbul a few weeks from now. So there is a lot to cover. We will be giving you talking about the women's football, talking about the women under 17, women under 20. They have all learnt about who their opponents will be in the next or forthcoming events of tournaments. We cross over and talk about WRC Safari Rally, whereby Toyota Kenya has come out and supported this game with 30 millions. There is so much to cover today, including that Uganda Cranes, or Uganda under 17 girls, have finally landed in Ethiopia in bid or efforts to take up in the forthcoming World Cup qualifiers. There is so much today. We are glad you people are tuned in. We have Kathe Katrina. You've already browsed in. We see you online. Keep following us. Keep being part of us. So right about now, let's get the show down the road. We start off with Uganda Cranes, or the national team, call it the Rugby Sevens, who have been drawn in Pool B ahead of the upcoming Olympic Games that will go down there. So today we have a story that the Sevens have been drawn in Pool B alongside teams like France, Hong Kong, Chile, and Jamaica. This is all in the name of Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games, Rugby Sevens Rampage. So the draw was held at the hotel in Monaco called Hotel Hermitage, and the live cast or the broadcast of these draws were on various social media platforms, including the World Rugby website. So the draws have been made today, and the Rampage is the final qualification tournament in which 2 women's and 1 men's team will book their slots at the Olympic Games in Tokyo, and it will be held between June 19th and June 20th down there in Monaco. Call it at Stade Louis II Stadium. So talking about, we start off with women's pools, whereby in Pool A we have teams like Russia, Argentina, Mexico, and Samoa. A quick recap of what happened in Pool A. We have teams like, this is about women's pools. We have teams like Russia, Argentina, Mexico, and Samoa. Crossing to Pool B, we have teams like Papua New Guinea, we have Kazakhstan, Jamaica, and Tunisia. You've all known Jamaicans on the other music part of it. The Jamaican, do they play reggae or something like that? You people like MC Olo, you know what happens in Jamaica. So this time around, they've been drawn in Pool B together with Papua Guinea, Kazakhstan, and Tunisia. This is all in line of the forthcoming Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. While in Pool C, we are still on women's. In Pool C, we have teams like France, Hong Kong, Colombia, and Madagascar. France, Hong Kong, Madagascar, and France. Yes. Then crossing over to men's pools, where we have our very own Uganda. We've been drawn into Pool B with France, Hong Kong, and Chile. So it will be France, Hong Kong, Chile, and Uganda. Then in Pool A, we have teams like Samoa, we have Ireland, we have Tonga, we have Zimbabwe, and Mexico. So Uganda, ahead of their preparations, they had started their preparations of this tournament at early beginning of this year in a residential training camp down there in Kapchora and Jinja. So talking about the training squad, they also went ahead and took part in the Emirates Invitational Sevens in Dubai. that is UAE, at the end of March, and they are currently in Stellenbosch, if I sounded that right. That is in South Africa for the Rugby Africa Solidarity Camp. So that's what transpired down there. So we wish our very own the Rugby Sevens the best of luck. May they progress to the next stage. May they go through past Pool B, where they have teams like Chile, Hong Kong, and Jamaica. So that's what happens in rugby today. Then we cross to the biggest story of today in the Ugandan football. That is about the quarterfinals of Stanbic Uganda Cup. They were held later on today. So we start off with what happened. The draws were made today, and starting off with a full chart of who will face who. Match day 1, we'll see Express taking on Kampala Capital City Authority. Then the second match will be between Police FC, who will face off with Wakiso Giants. Then Vipers will face off with Sports Club Villa, while Prolonging FC, Mujibu Kasule's Prolonging FC, will face off with the winner between Tigezi Homeboys and Stubborn Bull FC. A quick recap: we will have KCCA taking on Express. Police FC will take on Wakiso Giants. Proline will face the winner between Tigezi Homeboys and Bull FC, while Vipers will face off with Sports Club Villa. So breaking off, let's start off with what we should expect from KCCA and Express FC. These are the two most successful clubs in this very Uganda Cup history, and these will again face off at the quarterfinals. KCCA and Express and 10 Uganda Cups. So these pieces were drawn together as one of the 4 matchups in the last 8 of the competition at down there at the FIFA House. That is in Mengo. That's what happened today. On results of the repeat of the 2016 and 2017 semi-finals that saw KCCA triumph on their way to winning this trophy, winning the final against Paida Black Angels. So this is a repeat of the 2016-2017 semi-finals, which gave KCCA a trophy after swallowing or sweeping off Paida Black Angels. So Express will be confident heading into this tie, as they seem to have been a better side this season because they were Nkurukuku best outfit and now currently 3rd on the Uganda Premier League logo with 4 points behind the table leaders, who are the tax collectors, called them URAFC, and these still have 8 games to play. With 8 games to play, seated 4 points behind the table leaders, and they are very, very still in the hunt of this very title. So still in the cup, they have eliminated, we are talking about Express. They have eliminated 2 Uganda Premier League sides, that is Chetume FC and URAFC, taking care of the tax correctors on 2-1 away, on 2-1 goal aggregate in the last of 16. So before they snitched or made their way to quarterfinals, they called on a 2-1 goal aggregate against tax correctors at the round of 16. So for KCCA, who are 4th in the league, they have had to deal with 2 big league teams to make their way to the quarterfinals, one of them being Anyamitiobola FC and Maroons FC. So literally they have not had a very big test, humbling the latter, that is Maroons FC, with a 5-0 aggregate. Interesting match lined up for us in the last 8. We'll see the 9-time winners, who are Sports Club Villa, facing off with Uganda Premier League defending champions, who are Vipers FC. St. Mary's Chitende boys. They will face off Sports Club Villa. Still, this reminds us of the semi-final of 2017 and 2018, where Vipers progressed on a 1-0 goal aggregate before losing their final to Kampala Capital City Authority. So to reach this stage, Villa have eliminated a couple of teams, including one of them being Deja University and Ondupalaka FC, that was in the round of 32 and round of 16 respectively. So Vipers are in here looking for the second cup crown. Have had to ease past 2 Premier League sides to reach the last 8. So they took care of Busoga United in the last 32 before cruising past UPDF at the round of 16. So the other 2 quarterfinal fixtures will see Police FC take on Wakiso Giants, while Prolonging will face off the winner of the round of 16 tie between Bull FC and Chigez Homeboys that is yet to be completed. This is the only second leg game of the last 16 that hasn't been completed. So we go into it with Bull having won the first leg at Bugembe Stadium with 2-1, and they are favorites of getting this job done. So the 8 teams will feature in the quarterfinals. The 8 teams already, including the Sports Club Villa, the winner between Bull and Chigezi, then Vipers, then Express, then URA. These have already bagged, or the money hasn't been extended to them, but then the line goes like this. The finalists, those are the 8 teams that make it to the quarterfinals. Each of them bags 6 million. So it's already 6 million covered for this other side, with the exception of Bull FC and Chigez Homeboys, who will have to face off for the second leg. So the winner of this year's Uganda Cup will go ahead. That will be played down there in Masindi, the winner of this Stanbic Uganda Cup. On top of a trophy, the winner will still be prized away with shillings 50 million. Some good money for the start. So it should be noted that this year's cup is only competed for by Uganda Premier League and big league clubs, and the tournament has been played on home and away basis. So a recap of the quarterfinals: we will have Express taking on Kampala Capital City Authority, Police FC taking on Wakiso Giants, Vipers facing off with Sports Club Villa, while Proline will face off with a winner between Bull FC and Chigezi Homeboys. So that is it for Stanbic Uganda Cup. So away from that, we cross to the Motor Rally. Before we cross to the Motor Rally, let's have this covered. Let's cross to Uganda Premier League. We have a couple of fixtures lined up for today, with our very own Barra City, call them the Ankori Lions, visiting Soritl Bright Stars. And let's break into what we should expect today ahead of their team news, previews and statistics. So this game will go down at 4 p.m. At 4 p.m. right at the end of this show. So about team news, we have forwards like Ronald Sempara, Jamil Mvure Chisitu and Sam Chesito. They continue being out for Bright Stars. These are all in the sick bays, nothing different injuries. While goalkeepers like Bule Chiwanuka, Benson Wagima are also sidelined due to various injuries. So on from Simon Tamare will again be in between the sticks to maintain his position of the first choice. While midfielder Derek Chugbundu is out of tie after accumulating 3 yellow cards. So this is ruled out on disciplinary grounds. While Marvin Joseph, Simon Senyange, Jungu Methodius, Ronald Nkonge, they are all ruled out of illness. Then defender John Adrico from Barra City is still ruled out because he has an injury that he sustained from the previous game against Bull FC. While forward Marquez Wall is also sidelined because he's ruled out with an injury. The same applies to Mbamba. So remain still. Jasper Ahebwa call here. This has been named Barra City's Macero is also out, together with goalkeeper Martin Elungat, who await late fitness tests. So the probable lineups, we could see Bright Stars start off with Simon Tamari as the goalkeeper, the man between the sticks. Then Andrew Kagwa, Sulaiman Sebunza, Warren Bule, Andrew Chambade, Ibrahim Kasunde will play midfield and defense. Derek Ngobi, Joseph Janjari, Emmanuel Lochi, Samuel Sekamate, and then they will look up to the services of Joseph Akando Anaho, who will be on the striking line. While the City and Barra City probable lineup that they could have today, we could see Muhammad Sekeba between the sticks, and Swalim Bebe Seguja will be in, Ibrahim Magandazi, Hilary Mukundane, Stephen Othieno, Karim Ramadan, and then the on-form Judy Semugabi, Innocent Wafura, Pistis Barenje, one of the good guys that play very well in the Ugandan Premier League midfield. He's actually one of my best. Then we'll have Henry Chitengenyi, one of the deadly strikers, still with Solomon Okwaringa. So still on the preview, Bright Stars will have to outcompete the league double of Ambara City. Bright Stars will be hoping to complete this on Tuesday today, because Bright Stars come into fixture with motivation after their striker Sekamate and coach Baker Mbowa. They all scooped awards in the just concluded month of April Awards. This was the Pilsner Awards as best player and best coach respectively. So both teams shared spoils in their previous league encounters, with Bright Stars drawing 0-0 at Vira, Mbara City drawing 1-1 at Bull FC. Then still Bright Stars had beaten Mbara City 1-0 in the reverse fixture played at Kacheka in the first leg. So Bright Stars forward Samuel Sekamate will be after meeting 10 league goals after meeting 10 league goals in 15 league games so far and 13 in all competitions, while in their previous 2 league games drawing 1 and losing 1. So we cross over because these teams they have met about 7 times before, starting off from the 2017-2018 season when Mbara City qualified for the Ugandan top tier. That was their first time they appeared in the Uganda Premier League. In the first leg, they drew 1-1 until they lost 1-0 at Kacheka Stadium. And then 2018-2019, Mbara City won 2-1 against Bright Stars and then drew for a goalless draw in the second round. Then 2019-2020, the first leg ended up in a goalless draw until Mbara City overturned the result on visit to Bright Stars by clinching 3-1. In the very first leg of this very season, 2020-2021, Mbara City lost 1-0 to Bright Stars. So this time around, they lost from Kacheka. So we see if they have a point to prove when they visit Bright Stars today. Then in other games to be played today, we have Busoga United that will take on Wakiso Giants. Then UPDF will take on Maida FC. Ondu Palaka will take on Sports Club Villa. Actually, breaking into the Ondu Palaka Sports Club Villa game that will go down in Arua at Greenlight Stadium. That will be at 4 p.m. The teams come to face off with Ondu Palaka focusing or seeking to return to winning ways when they host Sports Club Villa today in Arua. This will be the 4th meeting between the two teams, and they have already met 3 times, and then twice in the Uganda Cup, and 1 coming up in the league. So the Caterpillars are yet to register any single win against the Jogos, where they have suffered 2 consecutive losses, 1 coming in from the Ugandan Cup and another one coming in the league, and then draw in the second Cup. So we keep heads crossed. Still on statistics, we see on the Parak FC on the Uganda Premier League logo table. They are sat on 13th position with just 24 points first out of the 22 games played. They lost to Vira in the last reverse fixture. That was a goal by nil. They are winless in their last 5 league games, losing all the 5. This is too much for Ndupalaka. 5 matches, 5 losses. So Sports Club Villa, they sit 7th on the table with about 32 points out of the 22 games played. They won the reverse fixture 1-0 at Bombo, but they are also winless in their last 5 league games. So this is an affair of losing sides five games. They have drawn 3 and lost 2. We will keep you informed of what will happen at the Green Light Stadium. This only way we can do through our social media platforms. On YouTube, we are at Eyit TV. Facebook, we are at Eyit TV, as in EYIT. Still, the same applies on Twitter at twitter.com/@Eyit TV. So follow us for different proceedings as they happen in the world of sports, whether it's rugby, tennis, golf, anything called sport. We will have you covered. Right now, we head into the commercial break. When we return, we have lots of stories to refer to in the second stanza of our show. The show is called Sports Center. The show host is Elioda and Mesut.
Eyit Sports. Gadgets are now inevitably needed in your day-to-day life. Use any chance to grab some for yourself. For Western Uganda and beyond, the only trusted electronics shop is Edgar Communications.
Welcome to Edgar Communications Mbalala. So we sell phones, specifically Techno, Infinix, Eyit, Nokia, Samsung. We have smartphones, we have also button phones. Then we sell TVs, Hisense, LG, Star X. Then we have Fufas, Alip, Jag, and others.
For these and more appliances and accessories, reach them at their shop located in Barara City opposite Shell and Kore, or call them now on 0701 467426 or 0785 356453. Solutions in Western Uganda is Think. Eyit Sports. Eyit Sport.
Welcome to the second half of the show. Welcome to the second stanza of the show. We return with big stories. Big stories. Let's start off with WRC, whereby Toyota Kenya today has come out to boost the W rally is about Kenyan shillings of about 30 million. So the return of this very rally continues to actually receive more hype, with another big boost sponsorship coming in from Toyota Kenya towards the success of the highly anticipated event, and this is scheduled to take place between 24th and 24th of June, ending its absence of close to 2 decades from the World Championship status. So today we heard from the Toyota Kenya Managing Director called Avida Singril that handed over a very dummy check to the league, to the rally that has been off for the last 19 years. So after 19 years of absence, they today come out to to be boosted. So while he was addressing the press, he said, first we would like to take the opportunity to thank the government and everyone who has worked tirelessly to ensure WRC Safari Rally return after 19 years. So rallying is a sport we all know and is deep at the heart of Kenyans. Then he added stuff like that. So Toyota Kenya has committed Kenyan shillings 30 millions. This is about 280,000 US dollars towards the World Cup, World Rally Championship return. So a very, very damaged check was handed over today by the managing director. Still, the Toyota company has offered that they will provide 2 Toyota Hilux vehicles for routine or for the route opening. So this is so good for the African sport, that is Kenya in particular, ahead of the World Rally Championship. So elsewhere, we cross and break the story of Uganda under 17 girls who have successfully today landed in Ethiopia ahead of the World Cup qualifiers. They have learnt their fate after upcoming qualifiers, and the draw to determine the 3 African teams to represent the continent at the World in India was conducted on Monday afternoon. That was yesterday, down there at the CAF headquarters in Egypt. So Uganda is among the 19 teams that have been exempted to take part in this very competition. At the first round, having lesser ranked teams like Eritrea, Benin, South Sudan, and much more. And this will kick off in January next year. So Uganda will face off with Ethiopia. That will be in the next round, call it in the second round, which will be played on home and away basis. So if Uganda progresses past Ethiopia, they will progress to the third round, where they will face the winner between South Africa and Equatorial Guinea, all Kenya. Should they go past Ethiopia, they will face between the winner between Equatorial Guinea and Kenya. So still winners that the fourth round, where the 3 aggregate winners will represent Africa down there in India. So this comes into our face to remind us that Uganda was just 1 hurdle away from qualifying from their first ever football World Cup last year. So the under 17 girls were to face Cameroon in March last year in the last round of qualifiers, with the winner booking a ticket to the 2021 World Cup. This was not this didn't go down because of the variant COVID-19 pandemic. It came in to disrupt everything. So that's why Uganda didn't feature in previously. So CAF will have 2 representatives for the final tournament of the FIFA Under 20 Women's World Cup that will take place in Costa Rica. That will be a year from now in 2022. Talking about the under 17 qualification roadmap, first leg that will go down between 13th, 14th, 15th of January 22, and then the second leg will go down on 27th, 28th, 29th of January 2022. That's what happens in there in the World Cup of under 17 Ugandan girls. Still on the women's football, by the way, with the exception of the Uganda under 17, under 20, and still the Crested Cranes have already learned about opponents for their next game engagement. So remember, on the Ugandan scene, we rely on the three women teams, one of them being Uganda under 17. We have the senior women's national football team, called it the Crested Cranes, and then the under 17. So the 3 Uganda national women football teams have already learnt about their opponents for the next engagements after the draw were held by CAF on Monday down there in Cairo in Egypt. So Uganda under 17 national team and the senior women's national team will face off with Ethiopia, while the under 20 national team will face off with Kenya. The under 17, who was the brink of qualifying last year, 2021, for this very year, but the qualifications would have been played last year. The COVID-19 disrupted everything. So that's what happens. on the scenes of women's football. Then we cross to signings today. So many key players signed their contracts today, contract extension. So on our Facebook page, we asked if you think that Edson Cavani, because he is the only figure we picked out today to discuss, we asked if you think Edson Cavani will actually put up a very good performance, just like he has done previously last season, and together with the start of this very season, his performance wasn't praising. A reason why he had been given a few regular starts, but about 3-4 fixtures, including the European competition of the Europa League, his performance together with Greenwood. So Manchester has not had striking line issues. Breaking into Cavani, who joined in last year. In Premier League, he has taken on 23 appearances, called them 23 caps, and he has come out with 9 goals and 2 assists. 9 goals, 2 assists in the 23 appearances, not so bad for him, conceding 3 yellow cards, and he has not been booked with a red card in any of the games. In Europa League 2020-21, he has been involved in 4 matches and has had 5 goals. 5 goals in 4 matches. Somehow you might think he really deserved it. Then still in 2020-2021, in EFL Cup, he only surfaced in 1 match and he scored the only goal in there. Then in Champions League 2020-2021, in 4 matches he scored none of the goals. So we asked, do you think Edson Cavani will still put up a very good performance? Because we have had instances of where players go down to pen or extend their stay at their particular clubs, but this does not tally with their performances. A quick name in before us is Arsenal's Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, whom ever since he signed a new contract early the start of this season, his season of 2020-2021 hasn't been appetizing. So from there, we have done the question, do you think Edson Cavani will still put up a very good performance just like how he has done previously? That is one. Then still calling on talking about players that have extended their contracts, with the exception of Cavani, we have had Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne has also signed in a contract today that will extend his stay at Eyit Stadium in the city of Manchester until 2025, together with Junior Neymar Jr., whom we thought that because PSG has once again failed to take a step to the finals of the Champions League, or most preferably taking the UCL trophy into their cabinet, somehow we had started drawing questions over his stay at Lake Park the Princess, amidst several clubs showing interest in signing the 22-year Brazilian-year-old. Different clubs, with the inclusion of return to Barcelona. He has been linked to clubs like Real Madrid as well as Manchester City, who had tabled the same bid for Lionel Messi. So his contract extension today puts an end maybe to the overwhelming rumors that had started growing that we could see the Brazilian forward away from Park Lake the Princess. Away from that, the Belgium striker Kevin De Bruyne has also extended his contract at Manchester City, that will see him run at Eyit for the next 4 years. This comes at a time where Manchester City will face off with Chelsea in Istanbul on the very grand finals of Champions League of 2020-2021. So he's hopeful that he could maybe back up his contract stay with his contract extension with the UCL trophy. Then away from that, Harry Kane, the English international, has come out and said if Spurs doesn't qualify for Champions League this very season, he is likely to to stay away from them. He could move out of London with several clubs interested in the forward, one of them including Real Madrid, Chelsea, and Manchester City. This comes at a point where his team has failed to take on the EFL Cup final, where they lost to Manchester City a few weeks ago after losing 1-0 on the grand finals. Then away from that, we cross over and see what's happening in the transfer gossip today. In transfer gossip today, according to different social media sites, tabloids, and different pundits, they have come out and proposed that we could see several names putting an end to their runs in particular clubs. One of them being that Jesse Lingard could be back at Manchester United this season. At the end of this season, this comes at a time where he has put up very good performance at West Ham, where he's currently playing in on loan. On a couple of games, he has scored very vital goals, securing very vital wins for West Ham side. So West Ham might not be given a chance to take on the English international. Then we have interests that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang could also think of leaving the club, given that his performance at Arsenal has come out to be lavished by a number of fans and players, who at some point has also come out to say that he has had maybe a very poor season. This goes in line that Arsenal apparently have nothing to pray for. That is the best truth, in that their chances of qualifying for European League are very tiny. So we start off with Manchester United, who said they no longer view Borussia Dortmund's 20-year-old Jadon Sancho as their priority signing. They say somehow, partly because of the emergence of his international teammate Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood has also come out to put up a very important performances that have seen Manchester United fetch very crucial points. So Sancho has decided to return to England this summer, and Chelsea along with Manchester United are interested in signing him up, but we have seen a drop in interest. Still, talking about transfers, German goalkeeper Bernard Leno, this is the first choice goalkeeper of Arsenal, who is 29, and then the Spanish right back Hector Bellerin, who is 26. They are among 6 players that Arsenal could put up for sale in summer this season. This comes when Arteta has admitted that they really need to do a lot of reshuffle in the starting 11 for Arsenal, and they will need to be backed up in the transfer market. So Arsenal's top target this summer, France midfielder Eduardo Camavinga, who is 18 and plays for Rennes, is amongst one of the potential interests for Arsenal. Then still Arsenal remain interested in the Borussia Mönchengladbach and Switzerland midfielder Dennis Zakaria, who is 24 years of age. That is the 90 Min tabloid has come out to give us that. Then the agent of Aston Villa and England midfielder Jack Grealish says there are many clubs apparently that are interested in signing up the 25-year-old. Elsewhere in Leicester, they have opened up talks with League One side Lille over the signing of the 22-year-old midfielder Boubakary Soumaïa on a 21 million deal. AC Milan will want to sign defender Fika Tomori, who is 23. This is the Chelsea defender on permanent deal. The England centre-back is currently playing from Milan, and the Italy side has shown interest that they could sign this defender on permanent deal. Signing of then Tottenham Hotspurs, they said they are planning on selling their Colombia centre-back, that is Davinson Sanchez. this summer, and Leeds say that English striker Patrick Bamford has extended his contract at Elland Road last summer. And then elsewhere we have Newcastle. Newcastle have come out also to propose that they could want to retain Joey Willock, the 21-year-old who has impressed on his 1-year loan spell at Tottenham. They have shown interest that they could sign him on permanent deal. We wait to see if Arsenal will approve that. Then elsewhere, Newcastle, Crystal Palace, Fulham and Watford have been watching closely former Chelsea forward Gaël Kakuta, who is apparently 24-year-old, and the DRC Congo winger that is playing at Lens from fellow French club Amiens. Wolverhampton Wanderers and Watford are also interested in signing the Senegal striker Mbaye Diani. The 29-year-old is currently on loan playing at West Brom. Aston Villa left back Neil Taylor is wanted by championship team, that is Stoke City, together with QPR, and the Wales defender, who is 32, is apparently will run out of contract at the end of this very season. That's all we have for you today. We now go back on ground. We visit different grounds to see what happens in the forthcoming Ugandan Premier League fixtures. One of them being Soweto Bright Stars hosting Bara City, that is down there. Then we have a lot of fixtures still today. We still keep our social media platforms open for you, for your suggestions, reactions, and maybe predictions of your different clubs on whom you think will do this and that. Still, they are still available for you to ask us any question as it regards the world of sports. Could it be hockey, football, tennis, swimming, rugby, basketball, or motor rally sport? For now, we sign out. Your show host is Elioda and Mesut, and the sports show is called Sports Center. The hashtag on our various social media platforms is Eyit Sports, as in hashtag EYIT Sports. Big ups to my cameraman and the producer, Henry Kabuga, my guy behind the production. Then we have our very, very big men, including the likes of Sankara, Biaruhanga Magezi, together with Ronald Tushabe, the facilitators of this very project. To our esteemed viewers, one of them including Christmas Khan. Actually, Christmas Khan, you're in hiding. I know Chris Bushen, you're watching from Bara University of Science and Technology. I have my very own Yamuja Pal. Thank you so much for always tuning in. My people back home, that is in Nyakambu, Mashol Kashema, who take time to log on to their pads and see what their boy is capable of doing on the telly. Big ups and salute to you. My friends on Facebook, like Kalunji wa Ino. I have friends like Tumushabe Franklin. I have friends like the Crovis, the Mighty, Dollars, or Der Innocent down there in Kamwenje. My people like Dixon. You're so many, I really can't read each one of you on air. We run out of time. Let's do this again tomorrow with Midweek Sports. It will be Wednesday. We'll be covering about stories, the latest, the breaking, and the matches played today. Right about now, we head to ground. We will keep you informed. Kindly log into our YouTube channel at Eyit TV, subscribe and turn on notifications so that every other time we are live, you are able to catch us and see what happens here. For now, I sign out. My name is Elioda and Mesut.
Eyit Sports.